Hi there friends, welcome once again to SamboTimes.com here on Late Night Show, and we're inviting you once again to be with us as we feature personalities who give us their thoughts and inspiration, and of course in coordination with Radyo ng Bayan and the Garden Hotel Hotel. With us is another featured guest, and this time I would like to introduce him to us, a very competent and dependable guy, a dedicated public servant. He is currently the man who calls the shot at the Overseas Workers Welfare Administration in Region 9. If I will say more about the guy, as I would like to appropriately introduce him, the guy who had vast experience in labor benefits and welfare, a man with dignity and integrity, in particularly in his stint as a career executive. He is one among those whose name rings a bell in the family of the Labor Department, and as an attached agency where he represents. Without much ado, the man whom we are referring to is no less than our very own, the present regional director of the OWWA in Western Mindanao, in region. Let's welcome Director Hassan Chumday. Welcome to our late night show.
Thank you, my friend Bernie.
Medyo matagal na ba?
Medyo...
Your invitation, medyo napanis ng invitation namin. But thank you very much. It's a privilege that you took time out to be with us and give this very important exchanges with you.
Well, I'm honored to be here. In fact, I should be the one to thank you, Bernie. I promised you several times to... but you know, due to other very important commitments, so I had to really divide and manage my time. But today, well, again, as I said, I am honored to be here, and thank you for for inviting me to here. Thank you, Bernie.
I know this will not be the last. Anyway, Director, we have learned that they've been very busy this time because visitors and just a week ago we had a very significant activity. So what's the focus now of the office of your office?
Oh, just last June 7, we had a very big gathering of OFWs, both active, inactive, including retired OFWs, and also their families and other dependents. So we had a gathering at the Western Mindanao State University Gymnasium, wherein we celebrated the Migrant Workers Day. We do this every June 7 of the year. Although year in and year out, we of course honor our OFW, not only during the month of June of the year, but every day. Why every day? Because our OFW is really a very important factor in our society.
That's right.
Because had it not been, to be honest with you, Bernie, had it not been for the assistance and the remittances of our OFW, I do not know where our economy now. But with the help of our OFW, it's really helped our Philippine economy afloat. So, now, last June 7, there were about almost 2,000 OFWs.
They came in,
they came in from different municipalities, and other nearby cities of Region 9. And I was happy also that our good mayor was there.
Okay.
Mayor, the Honorable Mayor Sergio Lobrigat was there, and Councilor Mayra Abubakar was also there, and also Attorney Melchor Sadain, who is also a member of the City Council.
Yes.
Now, it was really a very good day for us. In fact, it was a get-together for all our OFWs.
So the mandate of OWWA or OWA.
Oh,
you
know,
had it changed, or did we somehow have some new guidelines on how to, take perform or?
OWA, of course, is the lead agency. Lead agency of the government, specifically tasked in the protection, welfare, and promotion of our overseas Filipino workers, including, of course, their families. So, if you're asking me about is there any new mandate of OWA, OWA doesn't actually distinguish, especially in crisis, during crisis time. And this has been tested several times. I can cite to you an example, what happened recently in Libya, what happened recently in Syria, what happened recently also in Lebanon. In fact, Lebanon is a continuing, it's actually a continuing phenomena. Now, although the mandate of OWA is to help its regular members. When I say regular members, these are the documented workers. These are the regular workers which pass through the licensed recruitment agency and also, of course, POA. But in times of crisis like that, which I cited to those examples, now we don't anymore distinguish either you are documented or undocumented. Why? Because the law itself, the law is very, very clear that the state is mandated by law. The state is mandated by law to extend assistance to any Filipino nationals all over the world in times of need, either documented or undocumented. So that is why, OWA has been tested, of course, in coordination with our foreign Philippine Embassy, the Department of Foreign Affairs, and other agencies of government. So, if you're asking me about OWA's mandate, that is the mandate of OWA.
Well, you said that we are still confronted by this problem abroad, faced by our OFWs. So we have this program of, helping them, especially those who are returning to OFWs. So, kumusta nitong program natin?
What you're asking me is about this reintegration.
Yes, that's reintegration. So,
yes. Alam mo, Bernie, Tagalogin na lang natin. The President himself, our President Pinoy, had gave a very specific instruction. Not only to us, not only to OWA, the Department of Foreign Affairs, if I may speak, and other agencies of government like the Department of Social Welfare. Now, ang puntos talaga natin dito is yung reintegration. Overseas employment is not permanent. Overseas employment is only an option. It's not actually a choice. Napipilitan lang yung ating mga kababayan dahil talagang let us be honest, paminsan-minsan mahirap din maghanap ng trabaho. Narito. So, saan ako pupunta? Saan pupunta si Juan de la Cruz? So, Juan de la Cruz ay maghanap ng ibang options. Trabaho, mag-apply sa labas. While there, outside of the country, we have our embassy, we have our labor office, we have our welfare office sa OWA, we have our DSWD naroon, na doon pa lang mismo sa abroad, ay tinuturuan na natin ang ating mga OFW, yung kanilang eventual return to the country. Piniprepare na natin sila. Doon pa lang, we conduct yung seminars, we conduct trainings mismo at the Embassy Labor Center. We call it, yung iba nga, yung mga unfortunate OFW natin, yung tumatakbo sa center, yung mga distress, while there, at the center, at the labor center, waiting for their repatriation to the country, habang inaayos ang kanilang documentation, exit visa, doon pa lang, binibrief na natin. Meron na kaming retooling doon sa embassy. So that when they return to the country, to the Philippines, alam na nila kung anong kanilang gagawin. Now, yun nga ang pinag-usapan namin kanina, sa taas with Director Vivian Tornea. Now, what about after abroad? Pagdating dito, ano na ang kanilang gagawin? So, meron tayong reintegration. And there is a specific office now under the Department of Labor and Employment and also OWA, yung tinatawag natin the National Reintegration Center for OFW, which is headed by my guest now.
Okay.
Si Director Vivian F. Tornea. So, ito, while here, tinuturuan natin sila yung how to put up their own business. In fact, today is the last day of my entrepreneurship training, and I have around 40 participants right now.
These are former OFWs?
These are former OFWs.
And they have returned to the country for good?
They have returned to the country for good. In fact, I have 2 doctors with me now. Nag-attend ng training. I have 2 doctors and I think around 5 engineers, nurses, and of course, meron din mga kasambahay na riyan. When I say kasambahay, yung mga dating domestic helper natin. So, dito tinuturuan natin sila how to reintegrate. In fact, how they can really reintegrate. How to put up their
all over it.
How to put up their
own business,
business.
Entrepreneur.
And then tinuturuan natin kung paano sila in fact the DTI also the DTI is with me. The DTI tinuturuan sila kung paano gumawa ng project proposals. And then the land bank is there. Why land bank? Why I mentioned land bank? Remember, President Pinoy put up a fund sa mga returning OFW natin. This happened after yung Libya crisis. He put up a fund of 2 billion. 2 billion pesos. Now, 1 billion from the President Fund and 1 billion from the OWA Fund. Now, nariyan sa land bank yan. Ngayon, after training, and then after yung project proposal nila, and then we submit it to the land bank, then the land bank evaluate kung if the business is really doable, feasible, not only feasible, it should be marketable. Na talagang meron silang market nung hindi mamamatay ang kanilang negosyo.
To be sustained, no?
To sustain. So, napakaganda ng programa ng ating pamahalaan ngayon. Why? In fact, every OFW now who would like to venture into this kind of livelihood business, they can avail as much as 300,000 pesos to a maximum of 2 million pesos. Depending sa kanilang project proposals. So, now, of course, pag tinanong mo ako, ganun-ganun na lang ba pinapahiram? Hindi naman ganun. Of course, meron silang collateral.
Okay.
When I say collateral, at least meron silang participation. Now, what is this collateral? Ito ang kanilang to show also to the land bank Yeah, that they are really serious with their business now. Of course, with the minimal interest.
Of course.
The minimal interest
Very
of
soft.
7.5% per annum.
Okay, that's for 1 year.
Oo.
It's very, very
So yan ang ating programa, Bernie.
Ah.
In fact, magtatapos ngayon yung aking training sa Zamboanga. And last June 20, 21, 23, 22, katatapos lang naman ng aking isang entrepreneurship training sa Pagadian. Oo. So, after this, I plan again to conduct another training. Again here in Zamboanga City kasi napakalaki ng Zamboanga. Siguro mga July 17 to 19. Yan.
Okay. That's good, no? So, naka-line up na yan.
Naka-line up talaga, sir.
Okay, we will continue with more question and answers. Maybe more about the programs and the things that OWA is doing as of the moment and as it has planned for the next few years. We'll be right back after this reminder.